windy, so I hope you can hear me fine. This evening we're having our first meditation group here at my home. And someone asked me a question. They asked me this question. They said, well, they're afraid. They want to do it, but they're not quite certain. You know, people tend to be superstitious. They think that if you meditate, that means you turn off your mind and you're going to be overtaken by something. I'm not quite sure what. There isn't such a thing as Christian meditation. There is, however, such a thing as Christians who meditate. As there are Muslims who meditate. As there are Jews who meditate. As there are Hindus who meditate. As there are Buddhists who meditate. And as there are atheists, quite frankly, who reflect and meditate. See, when we pray, we're seeking God's intervention in our life or in the lives of others. We're seeking, we concede that all that we see is not all that there is. And so we ask for help, for answers to questions. Meditation, that's not what meditation is. See, prayer assumes someone's out there and they can help. Meditation assumes someone is present and we can experience that. So that when you come to meditation, you are there for a different purpose. You are there to dwell. So if you are a Muslim, use your own language. If you are a Christian, use the language of a Christian. If you are a Hindu, use the language of a Hindu. If you are Jewish, use the language of the Old Testament. If you're Christian, use the language of the New Testament. If you're New Age, use Spirit, Great Spirit, the Source. It is your intention that really matters. There is only one God after all. Despite what anybody tells you, there is only one. There can only be only one. And so if you go with it with the intention of love and divine union, and I will tell you, if you come out of that and your intention is to do something wrong, I would tell you that you need to stop doing that. If you come out of a meditation, you know, even when I attended Pentecostal events, sometimes people would get way, way out there. But what does it lead to? You know, if you have a prayer meeting and at the end of that you run outside and you do an evil to somebody, well, evil is as evil does. So I would say everything matters with your heart. I don't believe in this idea that if one pauses and quiets their mind that you give an opportunity for some demonic. Well, I would say no, that's not going to occur. I believe almost 99.9% of what we call demonic activity is nothing more than just people with evil intentions manifesting that outside of themselves. And when you get a group of people together, it multiplies. But I think if you're meeting with a group of people, whether they be Christians or Jewish or whatever, and your intention is the betterment of your life, of those in your life, if your intention is love, if your intention is creativity, if your intention is a positive future, don't worry about it. And so if you're a Christian, meditate. Now, Christians don't develop practices for the most part because out of fear. They've been told that it's a pagan practice, and I suppose pagans can practice meditation too. Nobody owns the word. Nobody owns the word. Nobody owns sitting with your legs crossed on the ground with your eyes closed, breathing rhythmically. Haven't you ever been a little stressed out and what's the first thing someone tells you to do? Breathe. slow down. Take a deep breath. Why? Because we've learned. This is not a Hindu creation, or now maybe they were the first to practice quieting the mind that way. Maybe their faith developed in a different fashion than Christianity, which really went pretty much mental for a couple thousand years, with the exception of the Christian mystics. And it was always dangerous to be a Christian mystic. But within the Catholic Church especially, there are many meditative practices. So meditation doesn't belong to anybody, and it can be used for good or for evil, just like everything else. And it can be done in wisdom or in ignorance. So don't worry about it. Trust your intuition. Trust your instincts. You'll know if something's squirrely. Heck, I've been to Christian meetings where I knew right away something squirrely was going on. Just say thank you, no thank you, don't go back. It's as simple as that. But anyway, until then, create a practice yourself. Sit somewhere, breathe deeply, and don't contemplate doctrine. Oh my goodness. I heard somebody the other day say the only proper use of meditation is to contemplate doctrine. Oh man, they even want to occupy your quiet time. They want you thinking about their theologies. Please. Just think on the grand ideas of God. God is love. God is light. God is love. You can't go wrong there. And there is only one God. There's always ever been only one God. And that God is love. So, don't be afraid. Take some time. Create a practice. If you haven't given it a thought, get with some people in whatever your faith is, and go on the internet, Google. Oh, you'll see the people that say don't do it. Pretty much avoid the extremes on both sides. The minute a person starts telling you, be careful, if you do this, demons are going to show up. The church's obsession with demons, if you study it historically, was not only a waste of time, but very harmful. And not only that, resulted in the deaths of many hundreds of thousands of people. We almost started that goofy way in this country, but luckily it failed. And people of the Enlightenment won out. So, God is love, and when you meditate, you merely seek the presence that is. Nothing more. You merely seek to dwell in peace and in quiet. Be still and know that I am God. Have a great day. God bless you, and as always,